Hiya, this is Maria and this is my channel MH Books, and this is the second part of a book haul I originally filmed on the 20th September. I will talk about a music festival called Feile a bit in it. Sorry lads, it is terribly badly edited. Sorry lads, the lighting's terrible. Sorry lads. I go on an awful lot about books. Sorry lads. I hope you enjoy. If you're full of book read just like me, they'll mostly be literary fiction this time. Bye now. Alright. I am filming this still, even though it's not going to go up straight away. I'm filming this now for anybody who watched the previous part of the book haul, because I'm going to a music festival tomorrow, and I've told the bin man, the guy in the bookshop, everybody at length at work, any client who phoned me in the last 2 days. So now I have to tell you, I'm going to Feile tomorrow. Feile is an old musical festival that used to be on in the 80s and 90s, and they're rehashing the old bands and with the chamber orchestra. So I just have the compulsion to show people my pretty books and to tell people I'm going there. But, and seriously, I do need to pack up and stuff, so, you know. So this is just going to be filmed. My hair is a mess. It's still loads of traffic. This light is awful, but we're going ahead. And we're going to talk about the lovely Tramp Press books. I got 3 this month. It's not even a month, it's 20 days. So Problems, which I've spoken about before. Fully Observed and Self-Destruction, Maya has problems, and believe me, she does from the descriptions. It'd be what my friend Marina from Ukraine, she used to say, I can't do in a Ukrainian accent, she used to say it's too intense. So it's very intense. And some people are liking it, some people aren't, but I'm more than willing to have a go. The Spill, Simmer, Falter, Wither, which I've now picked up in Tramp Press. I didn't have it in Tramp Press. I bought this in the secret bookshop. It's not such a secret when you know where it is. It sells secondhand books. So I actually got this. I had it in the other publisher. So I've now swapped to my Tramp Press. So it's actually number 4 in Tramp Press. So I almost got my full collection of Tramp Press. I do buy them new when they come out, including this one, which I got today. The guy who sold me this found out, oh no, it wasn't that, it was the guy in Hodges Figures found out all about Feile. I forgot to tell somebody I was going to Feile. Signed by the author. I wasn't going to get this one because I really only like fiction, or so I think, and this is essays. But at the back, Anne Enright, you know, it's not half a bad author herself and a Nobel laureate. I said, do not read this book in public. It will make you cry. And I went, okay. Let's see, challenge accepted. Signed by the author. So it's actually bought from Dupre, which is an Irish bookstore. This one, I have just finished an Another Story book, and I will be in a wrap up soon. I loved it. I was here a few seconds ago. When they sent it to me, they sent me the postcard for this book. So I got this one. This is the one I got in Hodges Figures. So it's Brother and I. So And Other Stories is a publishing company which you can subscribe to. I have a 4-year subscription. So you will see, it's the remnant I just got. So you'll see my name if you look first at the back. MH Books is the initials of my name in it. So you know it's not difficult to find. My name is Maria, you will find me. Yeah, so it was so good. And I know the next one, they've already emailed me to say I'm already getting the next one. So I had to go and get Brother and Ice, because that was the one that, because when you get 4 a year, you don't get every single book. So that's the one I was missing. And as you know, well, if you're subscribed and you're interested in this section, I'm doing an Elizabeth Taylor read along with the Elizabeth Taylor reading project. Not commenting as much as I should, sorry guys, I will try to. The Wedding Group, I think, is one of the books that I was missing. I'm going to pop it up there. There's my Elizabeth Taylors. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have 9 I played in, which we're reading at the moment out over there somewhere because I'm reading it. So there's those ones. Now, this is where, you look so attractive doing that. Okay. Books I've been meaning to pick up for ages. I've actually seen in charity shops. So Manhattan Beach, Jennifer Egan. Was this one long listed for the Women's Prize? Was it short listed? It was in the Women's Prize, or we thought it was going to make it. White Chrysanthemum, which I think was last year. I don't remember, you know that. And obviously Sing Unburied Sing, which was extraordinarily successful this year. Hold on, I'm going to check that. You don't need to watch, hold on. Okay, it got darker. I tried something out and it didn't work, so we're filming only about 5-10 minutes later, but we're losing light here, so that's why you're seeing this. I tried reading Goodreads friends reviews for these 3 books. These are the 3 books that have been spoken about a lot already on BookTube. And I had to bend down for this, was so much dropping it. So Manhattan Beach, Jennifer Egan. Again, where do I put this now because the light has failed? All bought in charity shops. Not universally popular with booktubers. Yeah, I will try it out. It cost me about €1.50. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But you know, you've heard about it so often, and yeah, I just seen Sean the Bookmaniac's review. He really didn't like it. So I think I've said this before as a comment on these channels. Sometimes I just go, challenge accepted. I'll have a go anyway. Not that I don't believe you, Sean. Jessamine Ward's Sing Unburied Sing, I think more or less universally loved or liked a lot, appreciated. And how did I don't know, because you haven't read it. I know I haven't read it, so I'm not going to. Most people will have a vague idea what it's about if they haven't read it yet. It'll take me a while to get to it anyway. But the back is saying intimate portrait of a family. I know there's a ghost or something else, and that's the way the story is told. But it was shortlisted for the Women's Prize. Pretty much universally loved. This one is a little bit harder to read, I believe. It's White Chrysanthemum. I love the copy, by the way. By Marilynn, set in Korea in the 1940s during the Japanese invasions. And yeah, about 2 sisters who were forced to become comfort girls, which is a nice way of saying prostitute, or forced to prostitute, which is worse. And I think it's set in the 2 timelines. That's about all I know about it. These are books I've heard about a lot, but I deliberately try not to know too much about books. I know enough to know I wanted to try them. And let's go through to the next set, shall we? While there's some light. I'm going to have to turn on a light, aren't I? So the next clip is going to be me all lit up. We'll see. Hold on, let's have a go. Alright, so that light isn't great, but we're going to finish this. So the next book, because did I mention I want to go to Feile tomorrow? Yeah, and I need to tidy up. In order to tidy up, I need to put these books away. In order to do these books away, I need to film this. So this is why I'm cracking on, even though I am not feeling myself doing a good job tonight. And it is starting to become night now, not just evening. So, an arc of light. You could do with a decent light too. Must go to IKEA sometime. Yay. See there, you can see the light from the window is still working a little bit. Dermot Bolger, I went to his book launch of this. He's as they call him, a poet from Feile. Feile is on the north side of Dublin. It's a very bad north side accent. This book, he spoke about it at the launch. He based it on a woman he met when he was quite young, who was an old lady then. She died about 14 years ago. He spent about 13 years writing this book, researching and writing this book. But she always had this attitude to life, a very positive attitude to life and to sexuality and all sorts of things that older women weren't supposed to think in Ireland. So he's very inspired by her. So it's based upon her life, and similarly has information that even she didn't know. So I'm intrigued to read this. Then we have picked up because it is beautiful and curated wonderfully by Hodges Figures as well. The Inheritance by Sheen, Kalayil. So it's of life, law and loss and beauty. There's not very many Goodreads reviews of this, and I do use Goodreads to when I'm in a shop to say whether I like it. So, but yet I don't know. Hodges Figures managed to do that, to curate this in such a way that I was convinced. So in this elegant novel of love and belonging, a young woman is the centre of a complex turn of events. The themes of migration, gender politics and identity are delicately woven into a narrative that explores the dynamics of relationships and the desire to create with a beguiling lightness of touch. The Inheritance provokes and surprises, drawing the reader into the lives of finely drawn characters and the dilemmas they face. Okay. Did I mention I'm going to fail and determined to go through with filming this, even though it is probably the worst video I've put together so far? But you know what? You know, can't all be good. Can any of them be? Anyway, sorry. Kate Atkinson's Transcription, about a spy. So, loved Life After Life. If you haven't read Life After Life, you need to read it. Why haven't you? So it's about an agent, a spy. You know, it seems she is to remain shackled to a typewriter. So it's about a spy. It's Kate Atkinson. We know she can tell a page turner. We know she can write literary fiction. So we assume this is going to be good. It's a gorgeous copy. Appreciate the job the publisher did on packaging this one, and it's signed by Kate. This serves me right for buying so many books. I don't know how I'm going to put these together because I'm getting so tired. The light is almost completely gone. And I have 3 more books to talk about, and they are really good, and I don't have the energy to make them sound really good. Help. It's a book. Look, see? It's a book. Buy the book. No, don't buy the book. It's my book. You know, you can read your own copy, but don't read mine. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm just getting silly now. I am tired. So, Tell the Rules, I'm Home. There's only one person who has ever truly understood 14-year-old June Elvis. And that's her uncle, the renowned painter Finn Weiss. Weiss if he's German, Weiss if he's something else. Shy at school and distant from her older sister, June can only be herself in Finn's company. He is her godfather, confidant, and best friend. So when he dies too young of a mysterious illness that June's mother can barely bring herself to discuss, June's world is turned upside down. This book was bought on a whim. It's sponsored by the Arts Council of England, assuming they know their stuff. But I'm intrigued. So, Carol Rifta Brunt, Tell the Wolves I'm Home. Looking forward to reading your book, Mrs. Just toss the book. This is a huge pile, you know. Did I tell you I'm going to Feile and I need to clean up? Yeah. Gilead, Marianne Robinson, the Orange Prize winning author of Home. And this is the winner of the 2005 Pulitzer Prize for Fiction. I've seen quite a few copies of this in the charity shop at the moment. Oh look, there it is. So you can see it was bought for a full €4. I really spent the money on that. It's an expensive book. So that was in an Oxfam bookshop, Oxfam Ireland bookshop. And I'm intrigued. So it's 1956, the end of Reverend John Am's life. He begins a letter to his young son. I told you last night that I might be gone sometime. You reached up and put your fingers on my lips and gave me that look I never in my life saw on any other face besides your mother's. It's a kind of furious pride, very passionate and stern. I'm always a little surprised to find my eyebrows unsinged after I've suffered one of those looks. I will miss them. So, based on that alone, I've picked this up. So, if anybody's read it, tell me what you thought of it. It's okay to tell me you don't like things. Did I mention? I just think of that as challenge accepted. I know other people don't like it, but I'm aware that everybody has hugely different tastes, and it won't spoil it for me. In fact, sometimes you enjoy them because they're less hyped, you know. So it's not. I don't mind. Valiant Gentleman is a great Irish book that I. Okay, this is the last book. Okay, the prose is darkly humorous. It's just as well because it's getting dark, and this is getting humorous doing this video. Okay, I'm sorry about all the cuts. Did I mention I want to go to Feile tomorrow? I need to clean up, so I'm pushing through even though I'm actually probably too tired to film. I will try and film more on weekends or something to make up for this, but this weekend I'm going to Feile. You see, that's the problem, you know. Doing things. So in this book, okay, the prose is dark humorous and life with detail. Valiant Gentleman. Oh my god, I forgot I cut you so many times, I haven't told you the title. It's Valiant Gentleman, and it's by Sabina Murray, and it's a historical Irish fiction. Okay. So Valiant Gentleman reimagines the lives and intimate friendships of humanitarian Irish patriot, this is a real person from history, Roger Casement, his closest friend Herbert Ward, and Ward's extraordinary wife, the Argentinian-American heiress, Sarita Sanford. So it brings the reader on an intimate journey from Ward and Casement's misadventurous youth in the Congo, these Irish guys in the Congo, you know, towards marriage to Sarita and their flourishing family in France, life in France, to Casement's covert homosexuality and enduring nomadic lifestyle floating between his work across the African continent and his involvement in Irish politics. His involvement in Irish politics is interesting, by the way. So when World War I breaks out, Casement and Ward's long-standing political differences finally come to a head, and when Ward and his teenage sons leave to fight in the front lines for England. So this is where it's interesting, okay? Casement begins to work alongside the Germans to help free Ireland from British rule. So Casement was big in, so he was, this is why sometimes it's interesting to come from my family. He worked with the Germans during World War I, okay, because Ireland was looking for independence from the UK, which we have now, but it's a bit of an extreme thing nowadays to do. Because, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of philosophy. He wasn't terribly successful at it, by the way. So he's trying to help free Ireland from the British rule. The result is tragic and riveting as both men are forced to confront notions of love and betrayal. But just, you know, it was an interesting part. So in 1916, Ireland basically looked for its independence in the middle of this First World War by, you know, declaring its independence and defending against the British soldiers, which those Irish at the time would have considered invaders. But please remember, Ireland was part of Britain at the time, so all the British soldiers they were fighting, the majority of them were actually Irish people, and in some cases, brother would have shot or nearly killed his own brother who was actually fighting. So one was a rebel, the other one was in the British Army. So it's always very complicated in Ireland. But yeah, and my family would have been interesting because in 1916, one part of my family would have been part of that rebellion, and the other one would have been in the trenches in World War I and getting medals for going into no man's land and rescuing soldiers. So, you know what I mean? We're all muddled, all mixed up. So yeah, but it is interesting to actually get. So it's my last book, but definitely not my least book. Looking forward to seeing how this history is portrayed, because it's always far more interesting to read it in fiction than it is just to read a straight out historical novel. Okay, you've been very good to watch this. Sorry about all the cuts. Did I mention I was going to Feile tomorrow? And see you soon. If this is your first time coming to this, I swear I don't go to Feile every time I film. So maybe the rest of them are okay. So whatever you're doing, I hope you're enjoying what you're reading. And until next time, if you're subscribed and if you come back. Bye. Hiya, the budgies decided they would fly in and they wanted to say goodbye to you all. Yeah, they're very good in the other room. Yes. You were very good, weren't you, Sunshine? This is Sunshine. Say hello, Sunshine. There's Sunshine. He doesn't like. He's a bit shy. Come on. And that's Oscar on my head. And what are you just going to do when I go to Feile? What are you going to do? You going to play? Yeah. I just wanted to say goodbye. Well, hello and goodbye. See ya.